City Attorney Communications, are there any?
Thank you, Madam President. I would preface my remarks by asking that Councilwoman Myers not beat me up because I understand that we have professional differences and I certainly respect her opinion. Now, I've talked before about the razor blade, as I describe it, that I straddle when I'm compelled to represent both this council and the mayor. So I didn't write the charter, but that's the deal I'm stuck with. In that respect, I also represent the city of Pensacola. The city of Pensacola is a municipal corporation. That municipal corporation has you all as the board of directors, and you have the citizens of the city of Pensacola that, quite frankly, I think have been treated a little unfairly tonight. So my comments are not going to be directed to the merits or the demerits of the ordinances that we've been discussing. And it's not my job to create policy. It's not my job to create the ordinances. But I think it is part of my job to put this discussion into a historical context. And I would ask you all to remember the historical context within which those ordinances were passed and where the city of Pensacola was at that time. And I'll be brief and get right to the point. Those ordinances, rightly or wrongfully, were enacted as a response to the occupation of this city's property by an ungovernable mob. And that mob was called Occupy Pensacola. Now, setting aside the legitimacy of their First Amendment claims or their right to occupy public property claims, the fact of the matter is this city had very limited options to deal with, in fact, an ungovernable mob. Now, we've litigated that case in state court. We've litigated that case in federal district court. And for those of you who weren't on council at the time, I would remind you we're currently in litigation at the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals. So everyone says, well, you know, we'll talk about this, we talk about that. What's the practical impact? Well, the practical impact is that if that decision goes the other way, this city is subjected to probably 7-figure damages liability and high 6 figures attorney's fees liability. So in representing the city of Pensacola, I would impress upon you to please try and recall the historical context of these ordinances, the fact that the city was trying to regulate public land at a very ungovernable time in their history. And quite frankly, I don't think the city deserves all this vitriolic criticism based on the hyperbolic response of some people. So with that said, I'll try to withdraw gracefully from the battlefield here without being too badly wounded at 8:45 at night.
Councilmember Bare.
Thank you, Madam President. I find it curious that you wait till the crowd is gone to make your comments.
I was deciding whether to respond to your comment, and I'll just take a pass on that, but I'd be delighted to chat with you anytime.
The first part was not a question.
Yeah, about my courage in the face of adversity.
Councilmember Myers.
Yes, I would just like to address the city attorney's characterization of the Occupy as an unruly mob, I think he said. That's not the impression I got at all. I did not, and I have been, when they were occupying the city grounds, I felt that they were very, I didn't get the feeling that they were on an unruly mob. I actually went there a few times and I did not observe anybody being unruly. I thought our police department did a superb job and had a good relationship with the Occupy movement. I thought our city handled it very well. And And I do agree with you that I think that these ordinances, however, have given the city a not-so-good reputation. But in terms of the Occupy event, I didn't get the sense that it was unruly, and I felt that the city handled it very well. I'm sorry that these ordinances came out of that, if indeed that's why these ordinances were enacted. That may be an unconstitutional admission right there, if they were enacted to stifle the First Amendment rights of the citizens to petition their government for redress of grievances. So anyway, I just wanted to say that I have a different perspective on it than the city attorney, but thanks anyway.
Thank you.